Alright. Hi, and welcome to the 2016 Joe and Karl Selection Show. As always, I'm your host, Joe Krzyzewski, alongside the peanut butter to my jelly, Karl Smith.
How's it going?
Normally, this is where we say, hey, here's Scott. That isn't Scott. Scott, unfortunately, had a baby along the way, so he can't really have fun with his friends anymore. What a shame. In his place is Jeff Easton. He was a Kenmore East grad where he used to wreck shit in basketball. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Karl. It's something to be here. It was Kenmore West, by the way.
I don't care. Shit.
Even better.
Damn it.
But I understand, Jeffrey, you'll be our analytical engineer tonight.
Yeah, I'll be, running the board. I'll be, pulling up interesting stats that, people might want to consider when making their picks. And just little hidden things that are going to be big.
The small caveats.
Yes. Big factors, in games with these matchups that we're going to be seeing.
We only get the best for you guys. Okay, so a couple of our first four matchups have already happened as of viewing time. Wichita State beat Vanderbilt, and Florida Gulf Coast beat Fairleigh Dickinson. So they're moving on to lose to 1 seeds. Oh no, wait, Wichita State's in 11, so that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, right now Holy Cross is in a battle with Southern. It's like 31-29 in the second half. So I'm sure you're excited about the winner of that.
Not to date ourselves, but it's 31-29 currently. I mean, not literally. Date,
actually, it's 38-35 Holy Cross right now.
There you go. That's why we have him.
Analytics.
That's why we don't have Scott anymore.
11:25 left in the second half. Thank you.
Anyways, Karl, the other matchup is Michigan-Tulsa. We kind of got to pick that quickly. So who do you think's going to win?
I'll just take Michigan real quick. And I don't even want any statistical analysis on Tulsa because, as we all know, they are terrible.
Yeah, they weren't even really supposed to be in the field, but again, it's not what you do, it's who you know. So I'm going to go with Michigan too, so as a result, we don't really need Jeff to pick, so we'll just
keep on keeping on over there.
Well, clearly you got a player like Levert, he's leading them in scoring, he's averaging 16.5 a game, and leading them with 4.9 assists per game. So I really don't know how you can pick against Michigan in this one, so clearly Michigan's the way to go here.
So you would take Michigan then?
Without a doubt. All day.
I'm taking Tulsa then, just because he can't see how somebody can take Tulsa. It doesn't matter, Michigan still moves on. So, we're going to start with the South region. And,
well, hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on.
You didn't pick the Holy Cross Southern game. You gave a live score update.
Does it matter?
I want to take Holy Cross.
Well, you know what? I like Holy Cross too.
Because a Crusader will always be the Jayhawks.
No, shut up.
Moving on to the South region, where the Kansas Jayhawks will face the Austin P Governors?
I don't know.
I believe it is the Governors.
Governor sounds like a thing, right?
I'm going to go Kansas in the rare 1/16.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often anymore, but I like the Jayhawks too. They seem to be like the best team in a, pretty even year. I feel like anybody can actually win this tournament.
Yeah.
Well, not anybody, but most teams.
I feel like in about an hour from now, we're going to be looking down a bracket saying, how did we get here?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Look at Austin PA's conference record. They went 7-9. You can't rely on a team with that poor record in that week of a conference.
But to be fair, they won their conference tournament. That's how they're in there.
Yeah, but you want to look at things over the long haul, and that is large enough sample size.
I'd be more surprised at their RPI of 188. How many teams are actually in Division I college basketball? Is it like 188?
No, it's 300 something.
Yeah, that's still not very good though. I feel like we have a shot to beat.
I feel like we're doing way too much analysis on Austin P right now.
So let's go to Colorado, Connecticut, the 8-9 matchup. Karl, what do you know about the Huskies?
Well, I think Kevin Ollie coaches there. Nope.
No, I think again you don't have Shabazz Napier anymore to bail him out. You don't have a Emeka Okafor there anymore.
These are all true statements, folks. Again, best in the business that we can find. So, what do we know about Colorado? Because I don't know anything about them. I always hear them. They're always around. Everybody's like, oh, Colorado.
They're always an 8 or 9 seed.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I I think they're terrible, and I don't give a shit about them. I don't care if their RPI is 35, UConn's is 37, whatever, it's close. But I think
was
UConn's
30. What's your point?
I don't know. They're playing the NIT, and this is an
Exactly.
NIT selection show. That's
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
You know, they got a guy like Hamilton who's leading them in rebounds. He gets 8.9 boards a game. And as we know, in the NCAA tournament, it's all about rebounding. That's how you win. That's the key, is rebounding.
not scoring.
It's all about rebounding, controlling the glass.
See, I think the difference.
8.9 rebounds per game, my friend.
I just want to cut you off real quick. I want to say the key to the tournament is guard play. You got to have good guards. Everybody knows that in the tournament.
That's a very good point. But rebounding, controlling the glass, that's where you want to go. UConn has a guy that averages 8.9. Colorado's leader is only 8.7. So clearly, I think that gives UConn the edge right there.
So, Jeff, if you had to pick first, we'll let you do that. You're going to go with UConn?
I think UConn, just because they've been there before, they have the experience, they know how to win in the tournament. And again, 8.9 versus 8.7, 8.9, clearly more.
It is more. Karl, how do you feel about this matchup then?
Well, I mean, I don't like the Pac-12. I don't like the American Athletic Conference. UConn.
I was going to go
guess.
UConn too, so I'm glad I didn't have to break a tie or
Sure.
anything.
Both
So
really good points.
UConn moves on to lose to Kansas. Maybe. We'll see. We'll get there, folks.
We'll get there.
So the 5-12 matchup, Maryland versus South Dakota State. Jeff, what do you got for me in terms of numbers?
Well, it's clear you got Maryland, who was 12-6 this year in their conference, a very strong conference. Although their last 12, they're 7-5, so they've cooled off a bit.
Yeah, they were ranked as high as, I believe, 4 earlier this season in the polls.
They were. That win over Duke was really big win for them. Whereas you have San Diego State, who, earlier they lost to Texas Tech by 12 on the road. How can you trust a team that loses on the road to Texas Tech?
It's pretty good this year.
Tommy Smith is over there in Texas Tech.
That's Texas Tech. Tubby. How do you lose to a coach named Tubby?
So you're picking South Dakota State Lumberjacks here out of the Summit?
They're the Jackrabbits, right?
If I had
What did I call them?
But it doesn't matter. You called them the Lumberjacks, and he called them San Diego State. So that's how much we know about South Dakota State and the Jackrabbits.
South. Yeah.
What I like is that even though they're the 12 seed in that dangerous 5-12 matchup, that as we've said again and again and again, there's always that
It's
upset.
always one.
They're pretty high in the RPIs. They've done pretty well. They're actually kind of playing better than Maryland. I know Maryland's had tougher conference to play, but I'm going to go first here. I'm going to pick the upset of South Dakota State beating Maryland. And you guys can tell me why I'm wrong. Well, you already tried that, so who are you picking? Karl.
I don't think being great just goes away. Like I said, they were up to 4th in the polls, I believe, at one point, and I don't think that slips away. You can have stretches where you lose some tough conference games, but when it comes to the tournament, you're locked in. And the Roadrunners, I mean, they got some talent there. They're coming out of the summer, like I said, beat the. What did I say?
Roadrunners this time. Keep drinking.
It's okay. It's a check.
It's a good time to mention our sponsors, Flying Bison and Ellicville Brewing Company. So, Karl, you're
taking Maryland.
Karl's going with Maryland. Jeff, break this tie for us. That's what you're here for.
I'd also go with Maryland here. I just think that they got a lot of senior leadership on that team, which is you can't put a value on that. It's tremendous. The tournament's all about experience. All about experience. I think having senior guard play, very important. I take Maryland, and plus I think playing in the stronger conference, they play big games like this every night, whereas for South Dakota State, this is obviously going to be the biggest game by far they play all year. I think Maryland is the stronger pick here, not just because they're higher seed.
Okay. Maryland moving on, which brings us to the 4-13 matchup, the California Golden Bears against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. That's the one.
Rainbow Warriors.
Wow. They're in a different time zone. People don't watch any of their games. Karl, who do you like here?
Well, Hawaii really runs and guns. I mean, their tempo is. And you'll hear again and again California has 3 soon to be pros on their roster. Freshmen. I think I actually going to head towards the upset this time around. I think the tempo, they're going to speed it up, the kids are going to be nervous, and Hawaii's going to slip by.
Okay, Jeff, what fun stats do you have?
Well, as we know, playing in the NCAA tournament, it's all about tempo. That's how you win in the NCAA tournament. It's all about tempo. Like Karl pointed out, Hawaii, they really run and gun. It's tough to slow that down. If they're allowed to play their game, I see it, upset written all over it. This one.
We have to make a decision now.
I'm gonna go with the upset and take Hawaii over Cal.
Okay, I was gonna pick Cal, but it doesn't matter anymore. So I think Cal's one of the
Your
better
useless
teams.
thoughts don't matter.
No, I guess not. So Hawaii, moving on.
That's Hawaii.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Hawaii, moving on. Our South Region 6-11 matchup is Arizona versus Wichita State. The Shockers winning their play-in game that perhaps they unfairly were in, but they're healthy now. They've had some injuries throughout the year, which is why they lost a few of their games. They should probably be a higher seed as they usually come to play this time of year, Karl, don't you say?
Yes.
Okay. Jeff, give us some stats.
Well, as everyone knows, playing in the tournament, winning in the tournament, it's all about avoiding mistakes. Fred Van Vliet, senior guard for Wichita State, has a career 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio in non-conference road games, which this is tonight, or tomorrow night. So I think
Is he injured? I thought he was hurt back in December. Did he come back?
no, he's back. He's back, and he is their leader, Fred Van Vliet. And again, great assist-to-turnover ratio. You can't ignore that. I pick Wichita State in this one all day, no question about it.
Ooh, I like that. Strong words from our new guy.
Wow.
Karl, who's
There's
your
a lot of
choice?
conviction there. Well, why don't you go?
Well, see, that kind of ruins the drama then, because I'm picking Wichita State as well.
Well, I was also going to pick.
Wow, then I guess we're all in agreement here, and we're just going to write it down. Oh, yes!
We're doing this. There we go. All right.
High fives. All right, good call. High fives? Fuck Scott. So anyways, Wichita State, okay. So,
How about the Miami Hurricanes versus our hometown University of Buffalo Bullcats?
what's a bull cat?
Lumberjack?
No, just bulls.
Bulls. Bulls.
Hometown.
Bulls.
Hometown. Well, as we know, Buffalo they won the MAC tournament somehow. And
First
No.
time
no,
under Coach Bob Hurley.
no, that was last year. Last year was their first time under Bobby Hurley. This year is their first year under Nate Oates.
Okay.
And they're in the tournament, upsetting Akron in the tournament final.
Do you see another upset coming here?
I would love to say that, but say yes, but Miami's a really good team. I believe they're 8 in the RPIs.
A 2 seed last year.
Yeah, as much as I hate Miami, especially as Karl said, we're from Buffalo, I just don't see the upset in the cards this year. I'd love to pick them, but for me, it's just not there. Miami, I think, is just too good. Jeff, what do you got for us?
You got a coach named Oates, like the great legendary band Hall and Oates. So it's great leadership there. Even though it's a first-year coach, he's really gotten his message through to these kids. Like you said, though, Miami, solid team, top to bottom. A lot of, just very smart, heady play. They're from the South.
So you're taking Miami?
I would say I would have to go with Miami on this one. I would have to, my heart says Buffalo, my head says Miami.
Good.
And
Never bet with your heart, kids.
No, you don't want to do that.
Miami moves on. Karl, who would you have taken?
Miami also.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's where we're at.
UB only shooting 33.5% from 3 this year. and we all know the tournament is all about outside shooting. 3-point shooting.
I agree.
33.5% from three.
Making baskets is always big. In the
You just
tournament.
can't, you just can't do
Yeah,
it.
1 out of every 3 is not gonna,
No.
1 out of every 3.
No, it's
Wow.
Yeah.
When you look at it that way, it's pretty
Yeah.
insane.
it's pretty quick. They got a lot.
Then you're only shooting 33% if you're only making 1 out of 3, and then, how many possessions do you get in the game?
All right. Well, let's move on to the 7-10 matchup. The Iowa Hawkeyes taking on the Temple Owls. Karl, tell me something about Temple. Why can they pull the upset?
They can't. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, Iowa swept Michigan State this year.
Oh, I did not know.
Also beat Purdue, some other in-conference games. But the key there, to me, is Michigan State twice. I'm assuming home and away. Temple, out of the American Athletic Conference, again, not very great. Kinda, I don't want to say overseeded because they're a 10, but I think they should be like a 12 here. That's what I have in my bracketology, and I think they got placed here. I don't think they stand a chance. Iowa's a really great team.
Jeffrey, stat guy? What you got?
Temple comes into this game red hot. They won their conference championship. Iowa, on the other hand, they're ice cold. They enter with 6 losses in their last 8 games on terrible shooting. So with that, with thinking about that, I'd have to take Temple in this one. As we all know, the tournament is all about which team, hits their stride.
I agree.
When you get into it.
I agree.
Iowa was excellent earlier in the
You got to
season.
get hot at the right time of the game.
Exactly.
I agree.
Catching fire doesn't
I agree.
matter.
And Iowa's really been, they've been cold lately, and whereas Temple is hitting their stride. So I would take Temple in this one, folks.
Jeff going for the upset. That makes me the tiebreaker vote. And after listening to both of these guys make their points, I'm actually going to take Temple. Let's stray a little bit. Don't you be upset about it, because as you were listening to Jeff's stats, you kind of wanted to change your opinion. So I don't feel bad.
I had, in personal brackets at home, I have Iowa going to the Final Four, actually.
I don't believe him at all.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anything he says. He lies.
Yeah.
Iowa, he doesn't even like you. All right, Temple, moving on. Karl, upset. I like it. Speaking of upsets, here's one that probably won't happen. Villanova taking on the 15 seed UNC Asheville. Karl, you know a lot about Villanova as you scouted them all the time.
Yeah.
You hate them,
Well, I mean, hate's a very strong word.
and that's why I said it. Who do you
I
like?
don't really think it applies here. I like Villanova here.
I think Villanova's pretty much the easy one here. Whatever Villanova stat you have, save it for a real game, because this is not it. I don't see any form of upset.
Villanova comes into this game with a chip on their shoulder. They got upset. Seton Hall knocked them off in their conference tournament. They're really going to be raring to go for this one. This might be a 40-point laugher for
Wow.
Villanova. It might be one of those games. That's what I see here. Villanova. That's money in the bank.
Wow, money in the bank, folks.
I would take them, and I would take them to cover the spread in this one too. Honestly.
Well, that brings us to our second round matchup. Our first one has the Kansas Jayhawks taking on the 9 seed UConn Huskies. I don't foresee, Kansas going out this early.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem right for me. I just don't think it's a thing.
No way. Kansas is just so strong, inside and outside. I'd take Kansas in this one all day.
All right, Kansas getting the easy sweep here, moving on to the next round. That brings us to the 5-13 matchup. We had Hawaii upsetting California. Do they upset Maryland?
I think they got a shot at it. Yeah. The tournament is all about if you can control the game. If you can play your style, you got a shot. I want to say they got a chance, and I'm going to take them just because I don't think the next person is, and I want there to be a tiebreaker here because I want some, you know what I mean?
I don't want to be the tiebreaker here, so I'll just take Maryland, and we're going to throw it all on you. Maryland, Hawaii. Who you got?
You got to go with Maryland here. I think just playing in a stronger conference and being battle tested.
Like took the words literally out of my mouth.
Battle
I was
tested.
just about to say the words battle test it.
See,
Wow.
it really
It's
just
like the
makes
same
sense.
person.
It really just makes sense. You know, stats don't lie. Like
Don't
you
lie.
said, it's about
Yeah.
establishing your game in the tournament.
And when this game does happen, I think it'll be a good game.
Oh yeah,
I think it'll be
Yeah.
close too. I
definitely.
think it'll be close.
All right.
I'd take Maryland though.
Okay.
Why don't you take this one?
Wonderful. Yeah, I got it. It's just a little illegible. We got Wichita State Shockers in the Miami Hurricanes meeting here. And what do you like here? I kind of like the Shockers again.
It's
They had like I believe a top 15 Ken Palm ranking, and I mean that's good.
yeah. I would never have that kind of
That's-
ranking.
I mean, that's
Can't
good.
find it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's like you're in my brain right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
Personally, I'm kind of gonna pick Wichita State to move on again too myself. I know it seems weird, but I still think they're severely underseeded.
Yeah.
Again, with the injury.
I mean, even having to play in yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're looking at one of those VCU George Mason runs from years past.
That would be amazing. That's exactly what the people want, I think, right?
I mean, that's what I personally want. That's
I know our pick is already in, but did you have anything to add?
You know, I can't stress enough how important senior guard play is in the tournament and senior leadership.
That's true.
And that's what Fred Van Vliet brings to
and don't
Wichita
forget Ron
State.
Baker there too, the 5th-year senior.
Fifth-year seniors, right?
Mhm.
He's very he brings a lot of wisdom to them,
I
being
agree.
so old.
Being
and wise.
able to just see the court the way he does. It's almost like he can see it before it happens.
Yeah, it's like
It's a really good trait to have.
Yeah.
yeah, he's like the Connor McDavid of college basketball. You know, he
Well-
can just slow the game down, and but I think again, I agree. I take Wichita State here.
Okay, moving on to our final second round matchup. It is the Battle of that shithole Philadelphia, Temple versus Villanova.
Yeah, that's good. I just want to say that's good by the committee here, putting, pitting Philly against Philly. You're going to have a little, probably some little
The
gang
city will
wars.
probably riot.
Yeah.
They'll have fires because
Yeah.
that's what they do there.
It's actually probably better that they set it up in the second round instead of like a potential Final Four match.
There'll be stabbings. Stabbings will happen,
Yeah.
definitely.
So what do you got here?
I have Villanova because I think they're a lot better than Temple.
Okay.
Like you said earlier when we were talking about Temple, that perhaps they are a little overseeded here. And, well, we got them to get by Iowa because of the whole hot-cold thing, but Villanova's been hot pretty much for the entire season, except for when they lose games. But,
For Providence, Xavier,
yeah,
Seton Hall.
all those various New England teams.
Yeah.
Xavier's in Ohio. But,
I've never heard of them.
It's close enough. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's basically that.
it's near the Finger Lakes.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. You're the. Anyway, I'm gonna pick Villanova. Give me a reason I shouldn't.
There really is no reason they
Oh,
should.
okay.
I can't give you one.
Villanova's, they're just excellent team. Again, they're playing with a real chip on their shoulder. Temple gives them, I think, a good run in this one, but they're just so talented.
Agreed.
They take
Agreed.
this one.
Agreed. Okay. Well, here we are. Moving on again. The next round. We still have the 1 seed Kansas alive, taking on the 5 seed Maryland. For me, I kind of thought South Dakota State might upset Maryland. We kind of toyed with the idea of Hawaii upsetting Maryland. I don't think they're upsetting Kansas as a result of this. Like, I think Kansas, they're, again, one of the best teams in this. I mean, they're the number 1 overall seed. They're one of the best teams in
But
this.
you have to take into account we are in the second weekend now. We've got weeks to prepare. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bill Self. I mean, while he's been at Kansas for Jesus, seems like decades now. I mean, he's a total choke artist, right?
Well, they've won the tournament a few times.
Yeah, but how many times have they went out early?
Once or twice. Probably less than they've won championships.
I don't think that's.
I don't know either. Like,
Okay.
whatever. You can't prove me wrong. The point I'm trying to make here is, yeah, okay, so you're going to say that there's less time to prepare.
No, there's more time to prepare.
No, what are you talking about?
It's the second weekend.
Right.
So
Oh,
instead of
you're
getting
saying,
one
oh, that's
day,
second
you
weekend.
get.
My bad. I thought you were talking about, all right, whatever, that's
Yeah.
cool. The point I'm trying to make is that,
Wait, hold on.
no,
Clearly, in the NCAA tournament, winning in the tournament, it's all about strong inside play. You got Horton. No, I'm sorry. You got Ellis on there. Perry Ellis still there.
How?
Yeah. right?
Is that another one of those 50-year? Is this year's? Are you looking up this year's stats?
He's leading them in 16.7 a
Are
game.
you sure that's not his little brother, Carrie Ellis?
I believe it's still Perry Ellis,
Kittles.
who had
No little rascal.
Perry Ellis had nail pattern baldness
Yes, I agree.
as an
You're a
18-year-old.
freshman.
Yes.
I remember watching him
Yes,
play.
nail pattern baldness.
Oh.
But again, he's a strong senior presence for them.
Is he finally a senior, or is he possibly like a red shirt sophomore?
Well,
Could he be failing? His
I'd have to check his grades. Like I'd have to check his transcript. I don't know if he's considered a senior now.
So you would take Kansas here.
I would say Kansas just because
We'll move those guys up.
they're a power. They're well coached. Despite what some people's opinions on Bill Self, I think he's a very, very solid coach. He has them playing at an extremely high level right now. I would take Kansas in this one.
Go ahead. You got this one.
Okay, we got Villanova versus the Shockers of Wichita State. I think this is where their run ends. I mean, it was nice. They got to the Sweet 16. It was a good time. But Villanova, they run really weird. I think they run like a 4-guard starting lineup. They got Josh Hart playing the 1 and the 2, I guess. Or the 5 and the 1.
He plays positions, people.
He plays like a
Positions on the floor.
He plays like a 2. He's like a hybrid. You can't teach that kind of game.
No,
Yes.
I hear he's got really big hands too.
He's got real big hands.
Yeah,
No.
Real holding.
Yeah, so I got Villanova. I mean, they were the number 1 team in the country for, I believe, 2 weeks. So with all the parity this year, I mean, it's amazing that anybody was up there for more than 1 week. But I think that they're going to do it. Like I said, they got a whole week to prepare, and the 4 guards are just, it's so weird to match up against them because you'd think 4 guards, you just go big on them, but then they just run right around you. It's a difficult matchup when you got 4 guards who can start.
Yeah, definitely. Jeffrey, who are you taking?
I just can't help but think about how much Villanova disappoints in the tournament. It's seemingly every year when they enter the tournament as a high seed, it seems like around the Sweet 16 is around when they give out. They just do. I don't know why. I don't know if it's coaching or what.
Well, you can't hate Jay Wright. I mean, that guy's just so lovable.
Yeah, he is, and he's always very well dressed.
Oh,
I
yeah,
respect.
stunning.
Very sharp
I agree.
looking. His hair probably smells really good. But in this one, I have to go with Wichita State, just because I think Villanova. There's something about I don't know if you call it a curse or what, but in the tournament they always seem to crap out at around this point to a lower seed habitually. It happens so much. I would take Wichita State, which would set up the Kansas Wichita State next game, and as we know, gentlemen, the NCAA tournament is all about storylines. That's what the NCAA wants. They want good stories.
Like we saw with the Temple Villanova matchup in the second round. Right?
Exactly.
It's
So
amazing how that happened.
I think I would personally take Wichita State.
So we got a split vote here, and it comes down to me. I was going to actually make the Kansas-Wichita State correlation there, because we always know that the Shockers want Kansas, and Kansas has been ducking them for
They're
years.
scared of them.
They're ducking them. Yeah.
Didn't they play one year and Wichita State beat them?
Yes, they
finally
did.
were like, there's the FU guys.
Yep. Was it last year?
So with Nova does tend to disappoint in tournaments too. That's a really good point by Jeff. That's why we got him over that Scott garbage.
Who?
Some guy who used to hang out here. Whew. Wichita State or Nova? This is hard.
Go to the coin.
Our Scott Memorial coin is actually going to make this call for me here because it's too close to call for me. I cannot make this call without some help from the gods. Heads will be Villanova as the higher seed. Wichita State will be tails, which I hear it never fails. Wichita State moves on to take on Kansas in just the most thrilling Elite Eight game probably that we'll have out of this tournament.
Yeah, probably.
Either way, I think it's going to be a very, very close game.
You were saying when we're done with this tournament bracket, we're gonna look at it and say, how did we get here?
Yeah.
I'm already saying.
You're already there.
Isn't that
You're
ridiculous?
already there.
11 seed versus 11 seed. Huh. This is
What?
big.
Listen,
Nobody else has this.
if I'm playing the lotto right now, I'm playing numbers. I'm not putting a 1, 1, 1 in, but that's what I'm looking at here. A 1 versus an 11.
Maybe you should put the Kansas lottery.
Well,
Go.
I
You
mean,
got time.
I mean,
Go. Well, we got some other things to shoot, but like afterwards, fuck it.
all right. Well, who do you got here then? You just told me last year that
Kansas, Wichita State, which is, well, that's a very interesting point.
the Witches of Wichita.
No,
Also,
they're Shockers, but that's cool. So, I also found out that the Shockers are actually a whole bunch of things about wheat, not cool electricity things.
It's not like a Pikachu type.
Yeah, I had always thought that the Shockers were like the Pikachu that just shocked you with electricity.
So-
No, Shockers are people who like harvest wheat.
Huh. I only do stats and numbers. I don't do words. So I don't know. I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
It
By
is
that
very-
statement, I can tell that you don't do words.
I don't do words.
Don't do words much. The Battle of Kansas, Kansas Wichita State. I'm going to say that Kansas, going off of losing to Wichita State before, they're not going to sleep on them. They're going to be ready for it. They're going to kind of want to exact some revenge for a few years ago because that's just how these things work. Kansas is very good. They're just the 1 seed overall. I'm picking Kansas to move on to the Final Four.
Jeffrey, what do you got?
Yeah, Jeff, come on now.
As much as I like Wichita State and their, to me, I think they're the Cinderella this year. Going,
They better be.
They're going to be going all the way to the Elite Eight.
Well, we want these people winning their office pools, and we got them going this
Right.
far.
You can't ignore what Kansas has been able to do all year long. I would take them in this one over Wichita State.
Well, Karl, any final notes on the South region?
None whatsoever, actually. I mean, I feel like I will get over Temple, but other than that, I mean,
It's true. All right, Kansas going on to the Final Four from the South region, everybody. We'll be right back with the West region after this.